Peter and John try to come after my true love, you can rip TikTok from my cold dead hands.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your wife.
I mean, she's okay.
Hi, Amy.
But I was in bed until 1 a.m. enraptured by TikTok. Obviously, last night is what I'm talking about.
Wow.
And you guys are not going to take this away from me.
We're not, but the government might.
What are we talking about, Mike?
We're talking about TikTok, the best social media platform out there, really.
Wow.
The Telegraph reports, and a bunch of news sources report, TikTok has American user data stored in China. They admit. The company sent a letter to 2 senators saying that some creator data, people who have commercial relationships with TikTok, is stored in China. And that when they testified in front of Congress, they were talking specifically about non-commercial, like user data, just not creators, users. When they were so extremely insistent that they didn't have that data.
That's complete bullshit.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah.
No. You don't just get to go in front of Congress, and say,
Right.
we don't store any of our users' data in China. Oh, you meant our content creator users. This different way of saying users who handed us their social security numbers.
Yes.
That is stored in China. Are you kidding me?
Buy that.
Oh yeah,
buy
that's
that
your best favorite app.
Buy that from the data brokers, like everyone else does.
Insanity.
Do you know the thing that gets me about it though is okay. So clearly TikTok bullshitted Congress. Clearly they're storing data. I mean, why? And they said in the article that we didn't give it to the CCP or the Chinese government. No. It's fine. No, we didn't give any of that stuff to anybody. I don't know why you would even look. Oh, you didn't say you didn't.
And we wouldn't if they asked.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're gonna believe them.
Yeah,
look at Mike. You're so confident. You're like, and they wouldn't. Not even if they asked.
Not even assume that they are.
Yeah. So, the thing I have to take issue with is you saying, "Oh no, you don't just go up against Congress and say that." I mean, that's what everybody does, isn't it? Like every single time I've heard about anybody going up in front of Congress, it's been like, "I don't recall."
That's what half the Congress people are doing up there.
Okay, sure, but those are traditionally domestic problems. We're talking about a potentially foreign, hostile state who has control over this omega sensitive data. That's bad.
Well, he's back home now. He doesn't give a shit. I mean, it just, I don't know. Doesn't seem much difference to me. Then again, I'm not in America, so I don't really care that much.
No, but I mean, okay, how do I put this in ways that you would understand? You see, when
Boy, mate,
keep going.
I can't even do it.
Keep going.
I can't do it.
Oh,
no. But if I was to do it, I would mirror my good friend David Thorpe. I told you about David, right? David Thorpe, me cab driver. Yeah. Oh my God, this guy was so funny.
You had
hour-long ride with David Thorpe. Yeah, hour-long ride. He taught me all the English I need to know with like accent. Where was I? Yeah, basically like European citizens' data and their personal numbers, so like their social security numbers, is being stored on Chinese servers. I mean, that's bad, right? Like, and it's the same exact equivalent, just it's America. So and I feel like we've gotten so desensitized to Americans losing their control of their data that it's like it's just another Tuesday, you guys.
Which is
insane.
This is pure whataboutism. But why do we care about this? We don't care about any other social media platform doing it. We care because it's China and we don't like China. They have Like every social media platform is doing the exact same thing. China has
How is
access
this
to all this same data.
whataboutism?
Because I'm saying like why do we care about this? What about everybody else who's already doing the same thing? Let's like
But that means you're using no.
yes,
Okay.
I am using whataboutism to say
Right. That's a
what-
bad argument then. You shouldn't. Instead, you should say it's okay if China has that information. It's not like the CCP is going to go access it or some bullshit. The fact that you're using whataboutism just shows me that actually the argument is flawed, because what I said earlier, it's a domestic problem. The data is stored domestically. Okay, we can argue about if that's okay or not, but the fact that it's leaving the US and not going to Germany, it's not going to Singapore, it's going to China, which is known. This is a known problem that they will abuse the shit out of this data in whatever way they can. If there is a TikTok user who is vocal about China in their app, they're going to target this person, possibly. I don't know if that's actually true, but possibly. Germany's not going to do that.
But we only care because it's China, and we do nothing else to say, oh, hey, also we're going to sanction any company that sells data to China. If we do this one thing with TikTok, it changes absolutely nothing anywhere in the world, because China can just buy it from the data brokers the same as everybody else.
Well, they can't buy
Quick
social
question.
security numbers.
Question for you, Mike. Do you think that we should care about the other companies doing the same kind of shit?
I mean, it's I don't know. I don't care. I know
Okay.
it's happening, and I use these services all the time. Other people know it's happening. They use the services all the time. I don't care.
Okay, all right. So then I think that's your real thing, rather than
That's your stance.
That's what
Yeah,
that's
you
exactly
just
what I've
don't
been
care.
saying. Why do
So
the
there's-
only reason we care about this is because it's China, and that's not a good enough reason to care.
No, that's not true. You've been sitting here with me for a year and a half, with Peter for 2 years, listening to us, caring about companies abusing the
I know.
abusing this domestically. And just because you love TikTok, you're trying to weasel your way out of it. As
You guys have been talking about it. I've been saying all along, nobody cares. We all give up our private information. We all
There's
know it's
dozens of
happening,
us,
and we
Mike,
keep using the
dozens.
service anyway.
Can I make one point, which I think is actually addresses Mike's thing about, oh, we only care because of China. Now, I'm not a US citizen, so I don't really give a shit too much, but I'm sure it probably affects me somehow with like UK data being stored in China as well. Whatever. I don't use TikTok. But
You should. It's awesome.
if you don't, sorry,
You should. It's awesome.
I've tried it, man. I have. Specifically because you use it. I've given it multiple attempts. I cannot
literally
get
up-
it to recommend anything interesting to me.
I was literally in bed until 1 o'clock scrolling on TikTok last night.
You disgust me, Mike. You're actually an animal.
Yeah. It's just so weird as well, because you're like got all these like clumsy memes that you throw up at us, and you're like,
Right.
oh, hang on, let me just. Oh, wait, no, zoom, no, too far. Like,
I just do it for
Anyway,
fun.
Wait, make your point, Peter. Don't let him distract
point-
you. God damn it.
yeah. Side point from everything else, we really appreciate all our subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching the last one, and
I have
thank you
one
for
for
watching
this.
the next one. We love you. Yes. What's this? Me watching
That's a
NSCU?
good one.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a good one.
I don't know.
He's got him way
Thank
too
you.
fast. He's
No,
way
my point
too
is-
fast at pulling these up. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to hear what I was going to say? Do you
Yes.
care? Because it's
Yes.
fun. I don't have to talk.
No, please. I am itching to hear.
Right.
I'll get another
You
meme
should
ready.
get that looked at. So I do think that people have to be careful about foreign powers, because and when you deal with foreign powers, there's often not specific instances or things that you can point out that are an example of how things could be exploited. It's not like we're going to share some TikTok data about users with another country and then other people are getting assassinated. There's no direct causation. But I think that in general, these kind of regulations are good because they avoid build-up of bias and power and whatever. I'm not a geopolitical expert, and I'm not expressing this very well, but I do think that it's like a lot of different factors that go into it. So giving data to another country and putting it in a place where they have basically free access to it, if it's stuff like contracts with citizens of your country, there should be some control over that. And currently there isn't, because TikTok are just shoving it all over to China. So,
but they do already have free access, not free access, but they can. It's trivial for them to buy it, just like they can buy it on anyone else. They just go to a data broker like anyone else does.
Specifically, data that you cannot buy, Mike.
Yeah, I don't think it is that easy for them to get this data.
You can't buy social security numbers, John. That's what you're claiming.
It's not.
Yeah,
there's no place to buy social security numbers.
You're telling me that TikTok or whatever, ByteDance or whoever is going to go to the dark web and buy social security numbers? No, bro. No.
We're not. ByteDance isn't, but if the Chinese government wants it, they would.
Or they could just get it for free from TikTok.
There's certain value in having a massive database of millions of people's of metadata, even if it's only a subset of your entire user base. And honestly, the fact that they've admitted this is kind of like clear that, oh, you know what? We're actually showing all users' data, or we're going to, or we did, or there's a backup there, or we made an AI model of it, or some other kind of loophole to exactly what we said is not what is happening. But that other thing is happening, which is basically going to have the same effect.
Which I would assume it is anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I assume it is as well. But there is the harm that can come from this, I think. And when two superpowers are competing against each other and they have different ideologies, and you want your ideology to prevail, then you don't want to give any kind of advantage to another superpower. And that's kind of what's happening here, I think.
Which ultimately is what I'm saying, is that's what it's about. It's not about privacy. It's not about security. It's about jockeying for position.
So playing devil's advocate entirely, why don't you care about that?
I do. I think it does that cause a disservice to, or I guess I would say, I think it does a disservice to the cause of privacy and security to frame it that way.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair point. If you're purely coming from this shouldn't happen in the first place, then, hey, what about Facebook and Google and everybody else is a fair point. But if you're coming from the point of, well, I don't want to give another superpower an advantage over my country, that's the thing which might genuinely. I'm not really, like I say, I'm not a geopolitical expert, and I don't think about this kind of stuff very often. I kind of wish everybody was one big happy family in the world, but like we're not, and there are some.
It's also not that clear. So, like geopolitically, China has been making huge strides worldwide, getting economic footholds in South America, in Africa, in Eastern European countries. Obviously, they're allies with Russia. The Belt and Road Initiative has been incredibly successful. They are probably not dominating the U.S., but doing super well in a lot of areas that the U.S. used to be very strong in. So, but at the same time, it's a global economy. People do business all over the place. Trade with China is a huge source of revenue for corporations. This whole thing, I think, is just very dishonest.
Okay, you know what? I'll go with you on that. It is very dishonest, and the way it's been presented, especially, is very dishonest.
Yeah. Like if you care about privacy, if you care about privacy and security, care about privacy and security. If all you want to do is beat up on China, then whatever, you could pick a better thing than the most popular social media platform on the planet.
Well, there's also the argument to be made that if you care about privacy and security, you want change to happen. And if you want change to happen, then you need to pick an argument that you're more likely to win. And you're more likely to win it if it's China, because China's a big bad guy. And it's an opportunity to bring up the question of whether this should be happening in the first place. So I kind of agree that it's a slightly dishonest, but there's the pick your battles thing. And this is much more, this has brought the question into people's minds. Should this be happening or not? And I think that's a good thing. Because
maybe, but I haven't seen any indications that that TikTok's user base has declined because of it.
Oh no, but now the question is in the public consciousness. The question has been raised before Congress, and people are thinking about it more than they were before. And I think
Okay.
that's a positive that came out of it.
Agreed.
So anyway, but yeah, I kind of agree. It's slightly dishonest, but maybe that's how it has to be because it's fucking politics.